when Dr. Sugarbaker speaks, everybody listens. And not only listens, they change their opinions and minds. So thank you, Paul, and welcome to talk to us.
Thank you, Vadim. Vadim, I want you to give that speech to my wife. So, yes, people usually do listen to what I have to say, but some do and some don't. You know, we have worked on this problem for a long time. It really started back about 1980. And I have to say, I haven't done it on my own in any way, shape, or form. And I want to give a shout out to Armando early on. Yeah, Armando, I don't know where you are over there. Early on, about 5-6 years after we started, not so many people around the country were interested in these big surgeries and then flooding the abdomen with chemotherapy and then all the post-operative care and the like. But Armando actually invited me down to New Orleans, where he was a young practicing surgeon. And what's that? He's still young. Well, we're all young, I guess. Anyway, Armando was really very interested, and since that time, he has been one of the strong supporters of this curative approach, because you know what? The alternative, which is very often followed, is just a palliative one. You know, the systemic chemo and watch people along as long as they're doing well, and then when they don't do well, then unfortunately that's the time we see them, and that's not the way things should happen. But I also want to give a shout out to Vadim. Many of you know we were at the Washington Hospital Center for 34 years. From 2000 and 2005, I had the great pleasure to work with Vadim as a surgical resident. So we had him for 5 years. I don't know that he got brainwashed by this a very aggressive approach to abdominal malignancy, but I have to say he presented in 2005 in Atlanta at the Society of Surgical Oncology meeting a very important first examination of just what it meant to undergo cytoreductive surgery. Yes, and we did lose a few people, just a few, 2%. People were saying, oh, this is such terrible surgery. Vadim actually went, got out the data, and the complication rate, not that bad. About the same as most of the other big abdominal surgeries. And that presentation by Vadim at the Society of Surgical Oncology, their annual meeting, I think was very meaningful to us. So I'd like to give a shout out to Armando and to Vadim for supporting this work through many, many decades. Now, I'll just close by challenging myself, but also challenging you. Most of you have been afflicted by appendiceal malignancy, and you are living proof that this strategy that we employ does work. But I want you to know that the strategy is now being employed in a huge number of very difficult problems. Mesothelioma. I did a lot of work with mesothelioma, and we've made huge progress, but we need to keep going. Colorectal cancer, it spreads in the same way. Not so frequently as appendix, but it certainly does. And ovarian, the most important disease that we're now really focusing in on is ovarian malignancy, and gastric cancer is in there also. So as you can see, this is expanding almost exponentially. And then the other aspect of it, which is very humbling, is that, you know, it's not only Americans that get pseudomyxoma peritonei. It's the Canadians and the South Americans and the Malaysians and the Australians, and you know, so the effort is worldwide. So all these new diseases, now expanding our work globally, it's a humbling experience. I leave you with, I guess, my favorite saying. We've come a long way. We have a long way to go before we conquer this intra-abdominal malignant spread of cancer. Thanks for inviting me. I think it was really important that I be here for the first annual meeting of the Abdominal Cancer Alliance. I'm very impressed by all of you. The food was great, by the way. And I hope to see you next year.